in to the very first episode of Purging Thoughts, where I reach out to the people to know what's on your mind while I tell you what's on mine. Today's episode is sponsored by 1804 Cameras, where you can taste the independence. Now let's get right into it. And I want to first and foremost send my condolences to the Nipsey family, their loved ones, their friends, and anyone that's mourning the death of a fallen angel. Today's topic, due to the circumstance, we'll be talking about life. I originally wanted to talk about birthday celebration and how life is this big glamorous thing that you can make anything out of it. It's fit that we talk about the topic at hand, Nipsey and his death. Over the last 6 months to a year, I've seen so many rest in peace posts on my page. I've heard about a lot of death that's been occurring, and it's not just regular death that bothers me. It's not like someone got into a car accident and it's an accidental death. They were speeding. All of this is just still sad within itself. Someone dying for health reason. It's just a very sad situation. Death is just very sad to me altogether. But what's very concerning is the fact that you're seeing a lot more of death at the hands of another person. Someone that's being targeted. It's like everyone's out here reckless with it. Like there's a goal and I have to prove something by killing somebody. When you're starting to see people on such a big scale like Nipsey getting murdered, it really impacts you and shows you that no one is safe from being killed. No one is safe from death. Even though they're celebrities, we like to put them on a pedestal as if they're untouchable. The deaths over the last couple of weeks of these celebrities have definitely impacted us. We had a basketball player who passed away also through the hands of someone else. It is very sad that the people that belong in the future won't be in the future, and that is something I can't wrap my hands around my mind to figure out why these people like Nipsey won't be in the future. And it only makes me think of the fact that you must have a lot of self-hate in your soul that you feel the need to take someone's life. You have all types of killings, all types of murders. You have school shootings, you have police brutality, you have all of this. But it's something about knowing that your friend, it's something about knowing that someone that you recognize is the one that's taking your life away from you. It is something that I can't fathom that thought, to think of the person that is standing next to me, the person that I have all these pictures with, the person that I travel with. These people may be the ones that may kill me. And hatred is very strong and it goes a long way. So I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I wish I did. I wish I can say there's enough love and enough things out there, but that's not going to solve the problem, And I do understand that the circle of life, there's a balance to it. It has to be light, it has to be dark, it has to be good, it has to be bad in order for us to have that balance. But I feel like the scales are tipping more towards evil and hatred and violence and things that are not normal. I feel like we're normalizing things that should not be normal. Killing someone should not be normal. We should not say, oh, it's another day, another person has died. And I understand it's a cycle of life. Death is a cycle of life, but not the way it's happening and not as often as it's happening. My mom had this frame of a Bible verse or something to that nature and about footprints, and that really resonated with me, and that set me on my journey of definitely being advocate for life, making the best out of life, taking life by the horn, as they say, and anything can come out of it as long as you push forward. And also the footprints, it was, to me, resonated in a way of, when you pass away, you want to leave a legacy. You want to imprint who you are or who you were in this world. You want to leave a mark on someone's heart. You want to leave a mark on someone's mind, their soul, anything, something. And you want to do it in a positive way. I feel like, you know, when you hear stories of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, you hear these and it resonates with you, and it makes you feel like you can do anything in the world. You can be whoever you want to be, because if these people were able to do these things, then me, a regular person, because they were regular people, can do the same thing. So Nipsey definitely left his footprints in this world, and I know that if his life wasn't taken, he could have left more footprints and bigger and impacted. So it is very selfish that you stole his moment, his shine, and his prints. You know, you took that from him. And it's people like Nipsey that's making a difference, that you want to give them those opportunities to make an impact in someone's life, to make those changes. And he definitely was doing that. He was someone that was giving back to the community. He was someone that was employing the community and building that structure for the community. And you robbed him of that. You robbed the people of tomorrow of that. And I feel like now there's no code. You know, the streets has no code. It's just like these younger generation, they're definitely wild and on a whole nother path that they're on now. I may be wrong, because I was also sheltered growing up from a lot of things. Like, I didn't know what the hood was until I was like in high school, and I drove by in the hood. I visit family members in the hood and didn't even know I was in the hood, you know, until like, oh my gosh, that's what you call the hood? That's where the hood is? So I definitely was sheltered, so I didn't see a lot of things. And I also believe that social media as a whole allows us to really see the information a lot faster. If someone's there with their phone and they're recording, they put it online, everyone sees it instantly, versus back when I was growing up, you know, if they put it on the news, that was like the only time that you seen it. Or if you were aware of, you know, or if you had family members that lived in California, you know, you knew of something that was going on. So I may be wrong, but I feel like I see death a lot more now, and in the form of which it's being done a lot more now than I did back then. Back then, everybody was fighting. You know, you got your ass beat. You know, if anything, you got your ass beat. You got your ass handed to you. But you didn't have to worry about dying. You had to worry about going back to school and be like, ha, nigga, you got your ass beat, right? At most, right? You got bullied, if anything, for getting your ass beat, but you had life, you had breath, you had the opportunity to go round two, you know, hit the paint real quick, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't have that no more. You know, someone you fight, they get their ass beat, they coming back and they shooting you up. People are shooting up places. When I say ain't no code anymore, you guys are shooting up places where there's kids. Back then it was like, oh, yeah, you got caught slipping, but you with your little shawty side and hit you up. Now it's like people telling stories and like, man, I seen Marcus walking down 6th Ave, Marcus walking down 4th Ave, you know, walking in whatever hood with his jit, nigga. That nigga was walking like, he was at the park playing, nigga. I had to catch him up real quick, wet him up, but the nigga ain't died. You know who died? His little jit, his child. That's who died, right? Y'all shooting up places, not even shooting at the person that you trying to kill, shooting random people. Like, there's no do-over in life. You die, you die. You know what I'm saying? And then what's worse about it is you got people, and the first thing they do, they get on social media. Hey man, I was walking down, I seen Marcus. I had to wet him up real quick. He had a red shirt on. They give him all the details. Y'all gotta be idiots. So it's like, this makes me feel like you're not doing it because y'all really want to do it. It's like y'all doing it to prove something. Like y'all about that. Y'all, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know if it's just self-hate, or you're trying to prove that you're a gangster. You about that life. Ain't nobody gonna step to you, bruh. You're setting yourself up to be a modern day slave. You're either gonna get the death penalty, or you're gonna spend the rest of your life in jail, having somebody to tell you when to go pee, when to go shit, when to go to sleep, when to wake up, like you a little child. And y'all don't think about it. And the funny thing about it is, when they go into court, what's the first thing they doing? They either snitching or they crying like little babies. You're not about that life for real. I'm not about that life. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm about that life. Somebody look at me wrong, I probably may look away and be like, okay, my bad, I'm sorry that I caught you looking at me wrong. I apologize. Nah, I'm lying. I ain't gonna do that though. But I'm not about that life. I cannot go to jail. I cannot. And it's sad that it's not, okay, growing up, my uncle used to always tell me, you gotta be careful for cowards. Cowards are the ones that shoot first, because they're the one that's the most scariest. You can have a group of people standing around and they sitting there, got their hand on their waist, like somebody's really after you. Cowards are probably the first one to start shooting. And the worst thing about it is, with Nipsey, I don't know why he died until the person open their mouth and tell you why. There's really no way to know. You can speculate, you can get very close to the truth, but that person has to tell you what was going through their mind at the moment and why they did what they did. I can imagine a lot of it was because of hatred and jealousy. You have people who work very hard, hustle and grind to be where they are, and then you have some idiot that's just gonna come and what you worked hard for. It's not fair that anyone has to die because of that. Like, if I go to work and I can afford whatever, I can afford some Jordans, why do I have to die because I decided to get up every day and work 14 hours for these shoes and to live a certain lifestyle, and you want to sit at home all day and then complain that you don't have this, you don't have that, but you don't have the grind? That's your problem. You don't have the hustle to get up and do what I gotta do or do what I'm doing to get what I have, but you feel like you're owed that. Like, at the end of the day, bro, I don't care what you tell anyone. If you get up and work just as hard as the next man, I promise you, when it's your time, you will have it. And some people, it may come easier to others, and some people it may come hard. But you gotta also look at it. You may have a girl who got a Benz and she got nothing but lace fronts and all these Gucci bags and all this stuff. Everything that you want. She traveling every month. But she could be getting her ass beat every day. And yet you're envious for that. You have a dude risking it all to get what he has, and he don't even know that they watching him. He 2 seconds away from going to jail, and you envious of that? Like, at the end of the day, what's yours is yours. I don't hate on anyone's grind, they hustle. Do what you gotta do to do what you need to do, but don't do it at the risk and at the hand of taking someone's life for it. Don't do it at robbing people. That makes no sense at all. Like, if you literally walk in the bread aisle, you see thousands of different brands, different flavors. And they have a whole aisle. And every one of them gets sold. Some more than others, depending on the area, the time of day, the season. But they still get sold. And that's to tell you, hustle and grind, because there's enough for everyone out there. Now, I also want to, we have to do to kill, to stop all this senseless killing. What do we have to do to stop all this senseless killing? It doesn't make any sense that I'm walking down and I gotta constantly look because I just don't know what's sad is that you can really feel people mourning this man's death, and a lot of us didn't even know him. A lot of us didn't know him, and I don't think you need to know someone to mourn. I think that it hits harder when you do know that person personally. But you gotta look at it like it's a human being. This is someone's father. This is someone's son. This is someone's husband, brother, uncle, cousin. And we've all lost someone. And to know that they will never see that person again. And to me, it's not even just gun violence, it's violence in general, because you had I'm sorry, I just don't remember his name, but you had the New York killing where the little boy basically was running to the hospital after being stabbed, and knowing that at the end of the day, he died for no reason. Because not to say it would have made it better if he was the person they were looking for, but it just makes it worse that he wasn't. And I don't care if people to say, oh, but he was, or he or she, or whatever the case situation is, that they were part of gang life. Nobody deserves to die like an animal in the streets. Nobody deserves to die like a dog that just crossed the street and accidentally got hit, and the person drove off and left them there to die. No one deserves that. That this was a conspiracy, and it doesn't change the fact if you believe it was a conspiracy or not. So, a man died. He died on the streets. He died in front of his business, and he died in front of an establishment that he created to better the future. And I feel like we need to pour out more love in one another, because I'm going to tell you, I love you guys, and I don't even know who all you guys are, and I have nothing but love for you. We have to take what we know and make a difference. Like, if you know that, you have to take what you know and imply that in everyday life. You have to take those situations that we've seen And like I mentioned, I'm not even talking about police shooting and school shooting. I'm talking about your brother killing your brother, a sister killing her sister. I'm talking about you dying at the hands of your friend, an acquaintance. And I mean, those usually are the best setup because you're not going to suspect anything. So it makes sense, right? But it doesn't make it okay. We need to love one another, and we need to take care of one another. We need to teach one another. We need more people that's going to stand up and make a difference, you know. And yes, you're taking a chance by being vulnerable, but life is not worth living if you're not taking chances, if you're not being vulnerable. If you're constantly in your comfort zone, you will never experience what life really has to offer.